Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to another session for Starting Point. Today we're doing Pennyworth. Um, it's an easy Linux machine. So let me share my screen. And if you have questions, just ask me on the fly. I'll just reply back. Um, yeah. So um, let's fire up the browser. So we go to Starting Point, Tier 1. Let's see. So this is Pennyworth. So you need to connect to the VPN. So I'll just do HackTheBox SP. So connect me to the VPN. Call this tab VPN. Switch to the next. Call this Pennyworth. Can make a directory called Pennyworth and reload this. Nope. Reload this page. That's weird. Uh, I shouldn't be. One sec. Yeah, that's much better. Normally, when I start OBS Studio, it usually enabled streamer mode for me automatically. So I don't know why it wasn't there, but now it's good. So let's see. Pennyworth spawn. Give it a sec to spawn the instance. Okay, so we've got the IP. So I'll save that just for note taking. And then we'll copy what file? The um, script I used to do a port scan. Have it there. Actually, I'm gonna copy from meow a.sh. The reason I've copied that one specifically is because I made a few changes to the script. Don't know if you can see. I guess that's good. So it's just very minor changes. Instead of putting in the IP address manually in the script, I just said like the IP will be the very first argument I pass to the script. Then the function is still pretty much standard, still the same, but now here I pass the IP, the variable that I get as the first argument, and then instead of having the ports in a file, I just made an array with each port, and then as it looped through the ports when I had a file, it will loop through the array. The at sign here means everything with every element within the array, and then just do a port scan. Yeah, pretty much still the same. So maybe I can share it here. The, the ports are gonna give me a sec. I'll just need see. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. So let's run that. I'll do bash a.sh, give it the IP, and see what ports are open. This port 8080. Yeah, I guess that's the only port. So from here, what I usually do is now the service enumeration. So now I'll use nmap. So have that syntax, and then I change this to 8080 and change the IP. Yeah, pretty much. So SC means use default scripts. SV, so I combine both two just because it makes sense. I'm just doing an emulation of, you know, the version emulation using default scripts, and then um, I've specified the port is 8080 because that's the only port open, and then yeah, I specified an out file, the IP, and then verbose mode. So, and I'm lucky today I didn't type any wrong password. That's pretty interesting. Let's see. So okay, cool. So it came back with um 8080. It's running Jetty version 9.4.39, and I guess this means it's from 2021. I don't know if that's the latest version. Let's see. Jetty latest version. Um, talks of 2020. Really? Jetty web server. That looks good. I wanna check. There isn't a sign of the year, but this is 9.4, and this is 9. Yeah, so it's not the latest version. So that's one thing to note. And I wish they had the year here, but I'm guessing this one was released this year. And I guess this one is a stable release of this one, I guess. So yeah, so we know it's not running the latest version, which is good. So the next thing I'll do is visit the site because I already see it's talking over robots.txt. So I'll do that. 8080 robots.txt. Um, it just says disallow the the what the main is the main directory. I guess I don't know what that means really. Let's see. Okay, so I guess it kind of revolves around like you can't see the main page. You're sent to log in immediately. I guess that's maybe it. I've never really seen like a slash like that just means main page, and I'm like, why would you tell crawlers not to go to the main page? Is there anything sensitive there per se? We could try doing a curl maybe and see whether it comes back with anything. It's still doing a redirect. And how do I know? Because it says authentication required. If we want to know it's a redirect, we could look at the headers. Um, where is it? Oh, it's actually for 3 forbidden. I did not expect that. I expected a 302. It's the redirect code. Um, where is it? Yeah, a 302 basically. So that's interesting. Um, okay. So let's go back to the page, and it says welcome to Jenkins. Type in your username, password, sign in, get me signed in. This is pretty standard for web pages these days. Even on the HackTheBox platform, you get the option to be, get me signed in. So I'll just do admin. and see it says invalid. I'll do admin password. It says invalid. I'll do admin or 1 equals 1. Still says invalid. What else? Root. Still says invalid. So at this point, I'll be like, okay, so what are the default creds? Given that Jenkins is, an open source application. So I do like Jenkins default creds. And let's see, it says upon installation of Jenkins, the default username is admin, while the default password gets filled by itself automatically. Huh, interesting. So log into Jenkins master and then enter your current password. Okay, let's see, Stack Overflow, do you have anything for me? Installation. This is the installation of Jenkins. Let's see. This is pretty much Jenkins running locally. I want to see like are there any default creds? But you see, like since it said the default username is admin, I'd expect maybe admin as the password or oh, there's also admin123. Let's try that. Admin123. Nope. So let's see. Uh-huh. So username admin. This one again, it's talking about a local install, so we can do that really. We don't have like an LFI or something to read that file, so uh, at this point is where I move to like now we have to brute force because um I don't have data, I don't have sufficient data to say okay I have this you know I have this password list or as in I have these creds I got from somewhere and let me try use them. I don't have that, so I'll just have to brute force at this point. And you see the funny thing is if you check the hint here it says I can't actually check the hint but you'll see it says use Google Docking to find the default credentials. And unless I'm doing it wrongly, let's see, site, GitHub, look for Jenkins, defaults, password, and it doesn't really show anything useful. Yeah, so I see like, I think this is someone's kind of like own credential. It's not like a default one. So yeah, so at this point I'll just move to brute forcing. And yeah, pretty much. So let me just do an a.py. I'll use um, bounded pool executor, to speed up the process as well. So I'll just try to log in and then under network, I'll look at the post request and copy it as cal so that I just have like some sort of Python template to start building the script for the brute force. So that's what I normally do instead of building it from scratch. So you copy this, I'll have bin Python 3 here. Can reduce the size, I guess. We don't really need this, and we don't need this. Let's see, so we need to get rid of those here. And now we have to think about this. So I could try admin as the only user, but I won't get back the right credentials. And I know that because I read through, there's usually a write-up, I guess, once you finish the box, or it's once yeah, you can look at a walkthrough and see, okay, what's the thought process. And so when I was doing this, I was wondering, like, what do they mean by use, so the hint was like use Google Docking, and there's nothing default password I see like related to Jenkins. Um, so um, yeah, so the username they have isn't the default one because like we saw the default username on Jenkins is admin, right? But the one that's actually there isn't admin, so we'll have to brute both the username and password. And the funny thing is we don't have a way to enumerate the users because it just says invalid username or password. If we did, it would say something like, username is invalid. At least we start from there and then we move on to, okay, now brute forcing for the password. But since it says just invalid username or password, then we'll have to brute force both of those things. And so, because of that, I won't use a very big word list. I'm going to use, let's see, so you can go to opt checklist passwords. Um, I guess for the password file, I'll use this one. I talked about this file. It has 207 lines. As you can see, it says top 207. And the history about this word list is they're the common ones you'd find from leaks, from password leaks. So um, I guess the history goes like the more you move, the more the word list largens. Like if I were to sort this, this would be the smallest, then second largest, and then the largest. The more you move in that order, the more the passwords become less common. And so this one has the most common passwords. So I'm going to use this one. I'll just have this here, call this password list, and read contents, checklist, passwords, like that. And then for the usernames, I can just do, default users, right? Because, it's a default user who's registered here. Okay, it's not that we don't know it's admin, it's that I know it's not admin. So I just want to walk through how I would do it if I didn't know what user I'm looking for. So I do like, which one is the shortest here? Let's see, how big is this? 17 sounds good. What are the contents first? Okay, that looks good. 17 is a good number. So username list, I'll just copy this. Oops. So it's opt, checklists, usernames. So this is top usernames shortlists. Yep. Okay, looks good. And then the thing I like to do is import sys because when it finds the right combination, I like to do a like sys.exit. And that just means at that point, let the code just fail. Not really fail, but um, what's the word? Exit the code, like stop running the code at that point immediately. So that's basically um, what I'd be doing with sys.exit. Then I'll do like from bounded pool executor import star. So this helps me use a couple threads at a go when I'm running a script, but I won't use a lot because what gosh the hell? I'd post the stream, sorry. So we'll have, what can we have though? I've never thought about this, about brute forcing two things at once. Let's see. So you can do like for user in username list and then have this and then do user like this, and we can do pw here because that's what we're passing to brutes. What else? I guess that's pretty much it. I don't see the from here. From doesn't shouldn't be there anyway. So can call this R. And what else? We can say if invalid. So we know like, oh, I wasn't streaming. Ah, I'm sorry. Oh, damn. That's what happens when I guess you lose connection on Discord. You don't stream. Sorry guys. Could have told me before. Um, so I guess okay, that's really unfortunate. So I guess I'll just undo everything I've done so far. Okay, I was at this point. I was just yappering here and yeah, so I hadn't edited anything. I didn't edit anything from here. So I was saying I'll create a function called brute and pass in a password. And then below that, I'll have a for loop looping through the user list. So I'll do like for username or for user in username list. And still can't see the stream, really? You sure? Can you sure you can see my stream? Let me just pause. You can't. So no one else can. We see it. He's saying it. That's weird. So some can, some can't. Just tell me you can see it. Oh, this is going so well. I thought you all could see it though. Now I see. Okay, cool, cool. All right. Sorry guys. Yeah. So I'll do a for loop here, and I'll do like user here, and then under password I'll do pw. And I said I'm gonna remove the from because it shouldn't be there. I'll have r here, and then I said I'm gonna do an if. So this is the validate point of things. So I'm just gonna tell it if you find, I mean, if you don't find actually, if you don't find invalid when you try to log in, then the combination of credentials is correct. So I'll do if invalid, not in r.text. You'll do a sys.exit and you're gonna say valid. I can have an arrow there, have user colon password. I guess that's okay. And then come here and say with bounded pool executor max workers equals to I'll do 5 threads I guess as executor, and then I do an rl equals to list executor.map. We are mapping the function brute to what, the password list in this case. So I do for response in response list. Let me see, let me scroll so that you can see. I'll do print response, the R's anyway. So RL is a list, so that's why I'm looping um, everything in that list and printing whatever I get back. That's how banded pool executor works. So pretty much. Let's try this out. I don't know if it will work, but anyway, let's run it. It says, oh, it needs to be thread pool executor. Cool. Let's see. I guess it's running, and I can't really tell it's running because I'm not printing out um, whatever it's getting back that is invalid. So I don't know whether we should like have faith and believe that it's gonna get the right creds. Hope it will. Root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not really sure those are the creds, but let's see. I re like I really doubt. Let me see. Root that. Nope, those aren't the creds. So why is it giving me false positives? And this is the problem. Whenever I use threads on starting point, for some reason it gives me false positives. So I don't know. Can I just avoid threads altogether? And just, so let me get rid of this. Let me have just boilerplate brute forcing code. Let's see. So get rid of that. Don't have brutes. Have this here. And yeah, now let me actually print out the rest that isn't correct. So I'll do like print what um invalid, can say user password. But then again, I need to look through the password list. So I guess I'll do for password in password list. Have this, change this to PW. I guess that's good. So let's do this instead. Starting point for some reason doesn't like threading at all. It says valid still. Ooh. If invalid not in r.text, say valid. Why are you telling me valid though? Ooh. Okay, so at this point, let me just comment this out again. And let's see, let's print r.text. Yeah, I just want to get that and see, okay, what do I get? Let's see. Keep me signed in. I want to look for the invalid portion. Is it really there though? I don't think it is. Oh yeah, invalid here. Oh, so it's case sensitive in the sense, I had if invalid, but the I is in lowercase, so it's not finding invalid here. Instead, invalid here, the I is in uppercase. So, oh damn, that's embarrassing. I'll just get rid of this. So meaning the thread, maybe the threading would work. But okay, we'll just try it out. I'll see. So if invalid not in auto text, the I is in caps. So let's see. Invalid. Okay, that looks. Yeah. That's actually pretty good. So let's see. Root password, and we get logged in. Yep. So I was a fool. Let's bring back threading. Although even without threading, it got the password really fast. But because I'm a fan of threading, just considering maybe some other time the password list would have been longer, or the user list also. Let me just have threading and see what will happen. So let's see. I guess I need to do a def brute. Don't have this here. Put this back where it was. What else? Yeah, I guess that's good. Let's see how that works. So unexpected indent block. Yeah, you're right. Should be the cool. So it's going. I want to see whether it gets it. And that's the funny thing about threading. With a smaller password list, it's gonna take longer just because the way threading works is, it picks portions of everything at a go. So it overseed. Yeah, is overseed really a word in English? Anyway, it omitted I guess the password, and so it's still looping through. I want to see whether it will get it. Uh, Still going. Yeah, so I guess threading isn't the best when you just have a small password list. But anyway, I still want to see whether it will get it. Let's see. Come on. Well, that's secure. Well, I guess this is where we talk about efficiency in code. Like this one isn't efficient because if we get rid of threading, then it goes way faster. So, and it's a thing I guess I was talking about when you're doing an nmap and you use Tactify, you're sacrificing accuracy for speed. So it's the same thing, I guess. Okay, this is gonna take a while. Let's just go with no threading. So have this and have for PW and password list, and yeah, I guess that's okay, and get rid of this pretty much. Actually, what we could do, we could have a backslash r here, and then have a flash equals true, I guess. Let's see. Doesn't really help, but if we had a longer, let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's have users here. I'll do admin, John Collins, Dom, root, or oh no, I justified. Why am I using none in the first place? Let's see, I'll just have this three, and then run this with that password list, users. Yeah, it's still not working how I wanted it to. Let's see, maybe I do an end equals nothing. Nope. Let's see. Why isn't, oh, n should be backslash r. Thank you. So yeah, I think this is the better way of doing a brute force. Instead of having all those lines rushing through, you could just do a backslash r, and that means don't have a new line, just put everything on one line, but then refresh. I think, yeah, pretty much. So, yep, can have back our password list and then run it again. And yeah, way better instead of having multiple lines going through. So let me just share this. Okay. And so let's see. So we are logged in. I guess I can close this. And so let's see, what do we have here? We have the dashboard. So I just clicked on again. Anything else? That's new item. Doesn't look interesting. I'm looking for some sort of console. This is Groovy Script. Let me see. Let me click on that. Um, Anything else? Not really. Let me have the browser enlarged. Makes me have a better view. Configure, I guess. And nope. I'm looking for something that hints run something, like run commands or run, you know, stuff. Workspace, nope. Go back to dashboard. What am I looking for though? Let's see. Groovy, nothing interesting. Am I not seeing it? Or let's see, manage Jenkins. Okay. Script console. There we go. So yeah, I was looking for something hinting run stuff or um something like that, something hinting something of a sort. So we get this script console, and by looking at it, it says use the print ln command to see the output. So whenever I see that, whenever like you can read language and okay, this is running Java, this is running, it's a Python application. So I know this is Java already. So my best bet would be I could um, have not really code, but I'd have commands here that would give me a reverse shell, right? So I'd go to like payloads, all the things. Let's see, all the things, and look for what? Look for Groovy, because it says type in an arbitrary Groovy script. So let's look for Groovy. Do we get anything? We don't. That's interesting. So let me just Google payloads, all the things, Groovy. Okay, reverse shell, cheat sheet. So let's see, Groovy. There's an alternative. Then I'll just do Groovy. Yeah, and I guess we could use this. And you can see it says by this guy, and it says note Java reverse shell also works for Groovy. And the reason is because it's running Java. So we could use this to um, get a reverse shell, I guess. So there's that there. So we put our IP, that would be the L host, and I can just do turn, copy it to my clipboard, have it there. The port, I'll do 9001, and then it says string cmd equals to cmd.exe. But now the funny thing is, this is a Linux machine, so I wouldn't do cmd.exe because I'm not gonna spawn shit. So what I'd spawn on Linux would be bash. So I'll replace this with bash. What? Let's see if I could type bash. There we go, I guess. Yeah, so let's start a listener, an LVP, run, get a shell, ls, awesome, go to root, and get the flag. So that was pretty much the machine. So now we can go look at the questions. Um, First one is asking what does CV stand for? I think it's common vulnerabilities and what exposures. And then let's see, what does CIA stand for? That would be confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Is there an end or let me see. Okay, I could have saw though. Let me see. CIA. Let's see. Meaning of CIA. Not this one. Data. Yeah, there's an N. That's why I was curious why they have a comma even up to this point, but anyway, at least you know what it is. What is the version of the service running on port 8080? So let's see, where is it? There we go. So I guess we copy this whole thing. What version of Jenkins is running on the target? Guess for this one we'll have to go back here and see Jenkins 2.2 2.2.289.1. So I guess I can just copy that, right? I can't. Okay, cool. It's 2.289.1. Okay, what type of script is accepted as input on the JavaScript console? We saw it talking about Groovy, so that's the answer there. And let's see, what would be the string CMD variable from the Groovy script snippet be equal to if the target VM was running Windows? So we already got that right off the bat when, let's see, let's go back to Groovy and let's see, Groovy. Yeah, so it's already there. It says cmd.exe. So this reverse shell was meant for Windows because it's spawning cmd.exe. So that is already the answer there. What is a different command than IPA we could use to display our network interfaces information on Linux? That would be ifconfig. So run this, you get, Docker, there's Ethernet, I have no idea what this is actually. And there's stand 0 for the VPN. So have ifconfig. What switch do we use with netcat for it to use UDP transport mode? I tried using this switch. I thought like I could see how like I have the bash script that does the port scan. I thought using netcat in UDP mode would help me do a port scan for UDP ports, but it doesn't really work. So actually, I have no idea when you would use that switch. I've never encountered, you know, yeah. So it's dash U UDP mode. So have that. What term what is the term used to describe making a target host initiate a connection back to the attacker host? That would be reverse shell and submit root flag. So can submit this and we are done. So can maybe just save it there and say finish. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So yep, that was the machine. Very easy. Yep. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. No questions? Okay. I guess then cool. So I guess you understood everything I did, which is pretty nice. And I just realized from the script we don't need that line that says from bounded pool executor because we don't use threading. So let me edit that. Okay, now that looks good. So, all right. Um, that was pretty much the session. Um, is that someone typing? Vision is typing. Awesome. Since you enjoyed the session, cool.
Hey John,
Hey, what's up?
thanks for the session. Uh, Apart from the short mishap that happened, thanks for the session.
First
Being
time
that
for
you guys
everything.
haven't asked any questions, it looks like guys did understand everything well.
Awesome. So yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that's uh-huh.
I think that's it. Till Friday. Friday will be having another Box Friday session, so you don't wanna miss that out.
Yeah, and spoilers, it's gonna be me. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
doing an interesting Windows box. I'd rate it medium, but at the box rated rate it hard. So yeah, I'll be doing that one.
yeah. Looking forward to that session. Yeah, don't miss out, guys.
Okay, so I guess you can end the session, please.
Yeah. Okay, guys, have a lovely evening. See you on Friday during our Box Fridays. Check out the YouTube's videos that have been uploaded and then will be uploaded tomorrow. Good night, guys.
Yep. Good night. Take care. See you all on Friday.